America. It's Erick Erickson. It is November 13th, 2025. These are the four things you need to know before you get home this afternoon. CBS News' Jennifer Jacobs is reporting that top military officials are preparing options for President Trump to consider in Venezuela. These include land strikes. The president is trying to destabilize the Maduro regime and oust Nicolás Maduro without an invasion of American military forces. To do so, the president is targeting the narco-terrorists that Maduro has been propping up in Venezuela, exporting drugs to the United States and other regions of the world. The president believes, and intelligence believes, that Maduro is being propped up by the narco-terrorists, and destabilizing them destabilizes Maduro's regime. The fact of the matter is, we need to oust Maduro. If we did, we could bring stability to Venezuela and repatriate upwards of 700,000 Venezuelan immigrants that have been seeking refuge in the United States. It would be a win-win on the immigration front and also oust a Chinese, Iranian, Russian partner to our south in Venezuela who is increasingly saber-rattling with neighbors. However, doing so would kind of disrupt the president of the United States and the isolationist backers that he has within MAGA. Many, including J.D. Vance, want the United States to retreat from much of the world. However, they can argue that this is just Western Hemisphere, and they're fine with that. With the shutdown over, federal workers are returning. The Smithsonian is going to do rolling reopens through Monday, getting most of the Smithsonian museums reopened in Washington, D.C., starting with Air and Space, their most popular museum, which should be open by the weekend. The federal workforce around the country has seen delays in people wanting to go back to work and also has seen a number of federal workers thinking of taking new jobs. Air traffic controllers in particular have been struggling to make ends meet while not being paid and having high-stress jobs. We may see a decline in air traffic controllers returning to work as they seek jobs elsewhere. This was such a waste by the Democrats. They got nothing for this government shutdown, and Republican messaging should be more fixed on that. However, both Republicans and Democrats instead have turned to complaining about Jeffrey Epstein and the salacious selective leaks by Democrats, which, again, I can tell you for certain, if there were real ties between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein that were inappropriate, the Democrats would have used those while they were indicting Donald Trump on the campaign trail in 2024. Instead, Democrats are just having fun now attacking Donald Trump in the way Republicans attack the Democrats, tying everybody they don't like to Jeffrey Epstein. Up next, Chicago's city treasurer has decided to stop investing in Treasury bonds to protest Donald Trump. Chicago's treasurer, Melissa Conyears-Ervin, is even getting ire from Democrats on the city council in Chicago. Treasury bonds are considered one of the safest investments with a guaranteed return, but she says investing in U.S. Treasury bonds is propping up an authoritarian regime. Members of the Chicago's city council are outraged that she would jeopardize Chicago's finances. She's running for Congress and doing this as a way to stand out among the crowd. If more and more Democrats and Republicans start making bad financial decisions as a way to own the other side, we risk even more financial chaos in this country. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, the Treasury bonds are a surefire, safe investment for city and state funds. You get a guaranteed rate of return, and you're going to be guaranteed to get paid back, unlike pretty much any other investment in the world. But she would rather put her political future ahead of the people of Chicago, which is a damning indictment on her, but also a warning sign of where things head in this country as we get more and more partisan in every aspect of our daily lives. Lastly, Verizon is cutting 15,000 jobs. This comes as other major American corporations are announcing cutbacks as well. Verizon's are because they've been losing business to AT&T and T-Mobile, among other reasons. They're also going to outsource a number of jobs by essentially turning Verizon stores into franchises. They're doing that to 200 stores around the country. They'll become franchisees, and they'll take on the employee load, helping Verizon cut even further. Here's the problem with this. It's another warning sign to an economy that the Republicans have now decided is hunky-dory, just like the Democrats did before them. Verizon is just one of the latest of major corporations in the Fortune 500 cutting jobs. That's a deteriorating economy out there. The markets are down today after the Dow hit a record over 48,000 yesterday. There are all sorts of warning signs that our economy is not doing well, and neither Republicans nor Democrats are offering solutions in Washington to the economy. They're just complaining about Jeffrey Epstein. These are the four things you need to know this afternoon before you get home from work. I'm Erick Erickson. Stay engaged, stay informed. Please keep the faith.